Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jini, and in today's video we'll be playing and reviewing the Tamagotchi Connection version 5. Version 5 is actually very unique. I also owned it as a child, so I'm very happy to show you guys. As always, I don't want to talk too much, so without further ado, let's get started. Let's put in some batteries and start right away. See it, it's very bright. Let me check. I think this is a lot better, right? Okay guys, so here's the Familitchi, and as you can see I currently already have a family, but we'll just restart it. Let's go for the reset. Wait. They are so cute. I really hope that everything is visible because the contrast is kind of low. Let's set the date and the time and our birthday. And now we're waiting for our eggs to hatch. The Familitchi was requested quite a lot. I'm not sure why though, because out of all of the connections, I thought the version 4.5 or the version 6, the Music Star, to be the most popular. But recently I've gotten a lot of requests for this Tamagotchi, and I haven't run it for a while, so I thought let's run it together in this video. And the special thing about the version 5 is, as you can see here already, we are raising 3 Tamagotchi characters at the same time, and they're actually all siblings. And one hatched already. Let's give them a cute family name. Whenever I can't think of anything, I like to go for the name Bun. So let's just do that. Okay, and here they are, and obviously they are calling for our attention. As you can see, the hunger meter is completely empty, as well as the happiness meter. I actually really like the background. It's like a living room, a retro living room. Let's feed our Tama this big plate of, I think, rice. I'll feed them a snack. The snack is a lolly, so just feed them this one, because I really want to show you guys the menu first. So first icon, of course, is the status meter. We click on that, we can see the hunger meter, the happiness meter. And on the second screen, we can see the bonds percentage, and it's at 0 currently. And we can see the type of family we have, and currently we have a blended family. Then we can see our family name, which is Bun, and the generation we are on, as well as our gotchi points. Here are the separate characters. I think this is our eldest son, Omutuchi. This is Futabachi, our first daughter, and Mimi Fuwachi, who is our youngest son. Now, for food options, we have, I think this is supposed to be maybe like fried rice or so, or spaghetti, I can't really tell. The second one is a loaf of bread. And for the snack options, we have a lollipop, and I think that's a donut. Then, the third option is for flushing the toilet. Under the fourth icon, we can see the mini games. Since our kids are still in the baby stage, cannot play all of the mini games. This is the TV serving mini game. And you can see an image that appears on the top right corner, and you need to match it to the character that is appearing in the TV. And when that character appears, you just press the button in the middle, like so. So the second game is called the Tea Time. It's kind of like the flag game. You need to press the button where the bigger cup appears. Sometimes it's hard to tell which one is the bigger one if both have the same size. But I just take the end line of the table as like an orientation. I think this one is still locked, golf putt, and the shoe pairs are also locked. The fifth icon is for connecting with another Tama, and there you can also connect to a version 5 or to the PC. As you can see, when you choose the option special, you can enter a password to get unique items. This icon is for the items. The medicine is here as well. You can also look at your souvenirs and rarities. The icon here at the bottom, the TV, is for watching the TV, and by watching the TV you can go TV shopping as well as go on a dating show and also go on the travel show. This replaces the shopping option. The dating show is kind of like marrying off your characters, and the third option is for traveling, obviously. So the travel show works as a pausing function, which is pretty nice. You get all these animations and your device will be paused, so the meters won't deplete. I think it's very cutely made. If you want to end the babysitter function, you can just press the C button and select yes for, and it doesn't cost you anything. Yes. Our babies are all coming home. The last icon is the notebook where you can see the tamas you've connected to and also see a bunch of memories. This is it for the menu, and I think it has a bunch of options, especially for the mini games. And yeah, this is it. I'll come back to you guys once I have an update. Our children called out for us, and as you can see, they're sick. So we go to this chest icon and select the medicine. And now we can treat them for their sickness. Let's see and check their meters. It's looking okay. Guys, I didn't manage to film it, but our children, they evolved. Let's see. Ahirukuchi is our eldest son. Tororochi is our daughter. And Mousechi is our second son. Okay, so they are kind of throwing a tantrum. Yes, and righteously so. So I'll go play with them again. I do like the tea time game quite a lot. I really have to say I love the character designs. I wanted to have a look at the items we can buy. What is that? It's like a bus or so. It will offer new items every time you enter the TV shopping option. These are food options mainly. I think it looks like crepe. Oh, sorry guys, it's like focusing on the figure in the background all the time. I think that's better. So let's try again. Oh, a disco ball. That's so cool. I just wanted to check on the version 5 and this appeared. I think it's because it's almost Eastern. Guys, if you see this icon popping up, it is your family calling for your attention or for training. Kind of replaces the disciplining function on your generation 1 or 2 and on your connection re-release. When that happens, you need to go to the bottom left corner. And now you can see 3 options. It doesn't really matter what kind of items there are, but you will always be shown 3 options. And the item in the first slot will always help your family to develop into a certain category, if that makes sense. The first slot always stands for the smart type, so it will help your family to develop into the smart type. The second one will always stand for cheerfulness, and the last slot is kind of called the easygoing slot. So when you select this one, your family will more likely develop into the easygoing type of characters. And yeah, the type you select the most will influence the characters your tamas will turn into. And when that happens often enough, you can raise the bond within your family. And as you can see, I raised it by 10% now. Don't worry if it's not raising immediately after you trained your tama. The raising of the bonding percentage always happens in like levels. It's not linear, but rather every 10% the increase of the bonding will show up. So the bonding can also influence the growth of your characters. As you may have noticed, the growth chart is a little bit more complex than on other tamas. If you want to read everything about it, I will give you guys a source where I like to read up my info about any Tamagotchi really. There are also a few like very special families that you can raise. So in some way it is similar to the skill point system that you may know from the Tamagotchi version 4 and version 4.5. But here it's a little bit different because you do have different characters and you can have different looking families. Example, when I go into the status icon, we can see the meters, and here you see the bonds percentage is at 20%, and this will increase with the training, and it says blended family. So your first generation will always be a blended family. You can only get different types of family from the second generation on, and how you raise your tamas and care for them, as well as the partner you choose for your family, will influence the future family type. The bonding percentage will also influence the animations your tamas show you, which I think is quite nice. So this is at 20%. If you want to read all about it, I will link some sources in the description box that I like to use. Guys, I missed it, but our Tamagotchi kids, they grew up and they look like this now. I know the contrast is a little bit difficult to see, but I hope that I can show it to you guys in a good angle, maybe like this. I think this could be better. Let's see what their names are. Our bonding percentage is at 30% now. Mamekachi is our eldest son. Chamamechi is our daughter. Kurokochi is our youngest son. Let's look at the animation. Our teens are calling out for us, so let's select this icon here and the first item. So we're at 40% now, and I wanted to show you the new animation we got with that. So cute. Wanted to show you guys the animation at 70% bonding percentage. Guys, we just reached 80% for the bonding percentage, so let's have a look at the animation. Oh, they're so adorable. Our teens just evolved, and now we have, let's see, Mamechi, and I don't know who that character is, but it's very cute, and Kuchipachi, Mamechi, and Chantochi. So cute. This is our daughter. And of course, Kuchipachi. Now we're at 100% bonding percentage. And yeah, let's have a look at the animation that comes at 100%. So cute, guys. As far as I know, we can't really go on the dating show just yet. What I wanted to show you at the end of this video is how we can enter the password for a special code. So in order to enter a code, you just need to go to the connect icon, so the heart icon, choose special, and now we can enter the code. I will link in the description box where I got the codes. So this was one code to fill up 3 hungry hearts. There's a little cheat that I'd like to show you guys. A little cheat that can give you a little bit more gotcha points. If you're not interested in that, then feel free to skip this part. But if you would like to try it out, there is basically one code for every Tamagotchi that is in the middle. So you need to search the according code for that character. For Mamechi, for example, it's the following code that you can then enter when you select the PC option in the connection icon. Logging in, you have this code, and this is normally something you would enter into your PC. And for the logout code, this is the code that you will enter then from the website. For Mamechi, it's this code. And now when you enter this, there is this animation. And you get 1000 gotcha points. By the way, this can be used multiple times. So I used another code to get the watering can, and now let's try using it. I just like the version 5 because while being simple, it just still preserves all of the features that I like so much about the black and white screen tamas. It's not too needy. Yeah, I just really like it, but more to that in my review. So we come to the review of the Tamagotchi Connection version 5. First and foremost, I think raising 3 Tamagotchi at once on one single device, that's a feature that is very unique to the Connection version 5. I just love seeing their animations on the screen all the time. This is one feature that I love in general about black and white screen tamas, that the screen is always on and I feel like they're always there. And because you're raising 3 tamas at a time, the evolution is kind of unique as well. It's kind of complicated too. I really appreciate that there's a dedicated pausing function. I mean, sure, you can always use the time setting workaround to pause your tama, but just having a dedicated pausing function, especially because on the version 5 you also have have a pausing animation. I think it just adds to the charm. And also it's not very needy, which I love. I'd say on a scale from 1 to 10, it's maybe around a 3 or 4-ish or so. Now we come to the cons, or things that you should maybe keep in mind before purchasing. I must be honest, I think the mini games are extremely difficult to win, at least for me, or maybe I'm just mechanically challenged. It can be a con, but on the other side, it adds to a challenge, so it's more difficult to buy the items and it's something you need to work towards, which I think if you do manage to do that, you feel very achieved, and that's one thing I like about that. And it motivates you to actually play the mini games a lot and to just spend time with your Tama. Another thing that I'd keep in mind is that the contrast is fairly low. I can show you guys here a comparison between the version 5 and the Connection re-release. And the last but not least thing is that it may be hard to find, or if you do find it, it may be very expensive just because it's such an old model already. But you do have this problem with most of the vintage Tamas. It's definitely not a con that is exclusive to the version 5. Yeah, I think that's it. So all in one, I really like the version 5, and it's hard for me to rule out my nostalgia feelings out of that. I wouldn't consider it to be the superior Connection version. I still really like the version 4 and version 4.5. Yeah, the sun is coming out even more now. It's very difficult for me now to find a spot without the sun. I think I'll conclude this video here, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you have a weekend that is just as sunny as mine, so take care and I hope to see you next week. Bye!